Hello everybody, and welcome to a Mythic Qualifier video. Today I'm going to be playing in this high-level standard event, diving in with the best deck, or the de facto best deck in the format, Wilderness Reclamation, Temur Reclamation to be more specific. The deck is pretty powerful and one that I enjoy playing, so we're going to be jumping in. I'm going to go over the deck list briefly and then get to the matches. So basically, what is this deck trying to do? It's trying to land a Wilderness Reclamation and then abuse the fact that you get essentially double mana. You can use Wilderness Reclamation to play a bunch of instants on your opponent's turn, spells like Neutralize, Mystical Dispute, Opt, Negate, Ether Gust to interact with your opponent. You can also, on your end step, set a stop, float all of your mana, then untap with the Wilderness Reclamation, use all of your mana again, and cast a massive expansion explosion, usually the explosion part, targeting your opponent's face, drawing a bunch of cards. And then you can also cycle Shark Typhoon to get a big shark to win the game that way. The anti-aggro tools in the main deck are Scorching Dragonfire and Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath. The aggro matchup can be a little bit weak sometimes, so I'll show you the sideboard in a moment. And then you accelerate your mana with Growth Spiral and Uro as well. So that is going to do it for the main deck. The land base is pretty straightforward. Castle Vantress is a pretty key land because you can scry, untap your lands with Wilderness Reclamation, and scry again. Blast Zone is another good trick with it. You can put counters on it, untap it, tap it to get rid of key permanents like Teferi. How do I not know the Teferi's full name? The 3-mana Teferi one that stops all things at instant speed, because that really wrecks Reclamation. You can use the extra mana to cycle a land if you need to. In the sideboard, we have some tools for the aggressive matchups. We have 2 Scorching Dragonfires and 2 Flame Sweeps to help against the aggressive decks. We have some Mystical Disputes. We have a Mystical Dispute to finish the playset, a Negate, and Chemist's Insight. Nightpack and Chemist's Insight for some extra control tools. One of the key strategies against control decks is you take out the 4 Wilderness Reclamations and 3 of your Expansion Explosions, and then become a control deck that doesn't use that package. So instead you rely on Nightpack Amateur and commence the end game to win the game. So your opponent maybe sides in some enchantment removal and it ends up being blank. Against the Jund matchup, we have some Wilts to take care of Bolas' Citadel, as well as Witch's Oven, and sometimes even Cinder Vines. Brazen Borrower is like a nice little tool against the mirror match and things like that, because you can bounce big shark tokens from Shark Typhoon. And then, yeah, all the cards are pretty much self-explanatory there. We'll be diving on in. I'm pretty excited to play in this event. Should be fun. Shout out to Scotty Boyle from Dr. Silly Scope, says he enjoys my content. That's awesome. Welcome, Sujav. Thrift Time Raveler, there we go. Thank you, Mogman Corpus. We're starting things off against Squilly. Okie doke. So, in the dark, we have no acceleration. We're on the draw. 5 lands. We do have a Wilderness Reclamation. We do have an Opt. And we have some lands to cycle. So I think we're going to keep this hand. And we will pay 2 life here. Shock in our land so we can use our Opt. We're going to be digging for things like Growth Spiral. So we see Island Mountain, which probably means this is the mirror match. Expansion Explosion is pretty nice, so we're just going to draw that. We already have a Wilderness Reclamation. And then we'll just play this. Presumably facing the mirror here. They just don't have green mana yet. If they go for an Uro, we'll definitely counter it. Another Expansion Explosion is not the best, but we can copy something like a Growth Spiral if they play one of those. We're not going to want to play this tap land because we probably are going to cycle it. We're probably going to go for turn 5 Wilderness Reclamation with Mystical Dispute backup. And here we can hold up a Mystical Dispute. Make it countered unless they pay 3 on any of their spells, even if they're like a Wilderness Reclamation or something. We're going to cycle this land now. Perfect. Growth Spiral is great. So we have blue, green, perfect. So we're going to play Forest, and then on their end step, what we're going to do is Growth Spiral copy with Expansion Explosion. Sure. We want to hold up our Mystical Dispute, though. Definitely looking like the mirror match here. They just don't have green mana yet. Here we can get a pretty tremendous mana advantage. They counter a growth spiral. Okay, we get a little bit punished there, but no matter. If they have a third Mystical Dispute, it's going to be a bummer, but... a lot of lists don't even run the full copies, so we're in good shape here. So now we can get a nice scry. Always want to set an end step stop. Them countering our card with their Mystical Dispute ended up being okay. We're going to scry here. Okay, they don't really care about that, it looks like. They have 4 cards in hand. Just gonna pass. If they go for... okay, perfect. So now we can explosion them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so we can explosion them for 5. Just gonna go for the maximum. Pretty nice there. Pretty surprised that they did that. 2 to the bottom, okay. We have yet to see any green mana from them. So maybe there's some weird brew. We have 2 counter spells now. And we're gonna have more mana than them by a lot. So I think we're gonna wanna... so we can have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana, so we'll have 14 mana, so we can expansion them for a lot. We could expansion them for like 6. We do have 1 expansion explosion left. We can also just finish them off with a shark after that. It's not going to really matter. And opponent has scooped it up. I think I'm going to assume that this is the mirror match. I really recently discovered this tool. These are all cards that they play in the matchup, so let's just assume it's the mirror match here. So we're going to sideboard accordingly. Out with the Wilderness Rex. Out with most of these. Bring in Commences. Bring in Chemisters. Mystical Dispute for sure. Negate. Brazen Borrower. 3 Nightpack Ambushers. And then we take out Scorching Dragonfires as well. I used to have an extra card in the sideboard. 1 more card in the sideboard than I did to take out. So I would end up taking out an Uro, but I think Uro is still pretty solid in the matchup. And I think this is a pretty good sideboard configuration. They're going to bring in more counters, and I'm thinking they probably got just color screwed and they got really tilted in that game. Because I don't understand why you would play blue-red without the Growth Spiral. Growth Spiral is one of the best cards in Standard at the moment. Okay, on the draw, we're going to have to mulligan this. We need to consistently hit our lands, and this hand is much better. What are we going to get rid of? Probably want to get rid of Negate, Ether Gust, or Mystical Dispute. I'm thinking Ether Gust. Yeah, they were playing Temur. So we're going to Growth Spiral, pay 2 life, and stop their mana acceleration. And then we'll just play the Nightpack Ambusher. A lot of the time, the only way they can deal with this is with a counter spell of some kind. So I sometimes just like to main phase it so they can't ever really interact. Brazen Borrower. Yep, that's the only way they can really interact with that card. Okay, now we just go for our Uro. We want to hold up our negate now, because eventually we can just negate Nightpack with negate backup. And we're just developing our mana, drawing cards. Fantastic. Hello, Ace of Souls. We have 4 lands in play right now. I think we'll let that resolve. They don't have a land. Okay, that's good to know. They missed a land drop. So we have 2 red, we have 2 green. So let's just get another green. Counter that. If they want to use a Mystical Dispute, that's okay. We just want to stop them from drawing cards, finding lands, all that stuff. And now we've got our Nightpack in play. Thank you so much for the subscription, Voice of LA. I really appreciate the support. And our opponent has scooped it up. Nice. We got a victory in our first round. Pretty easy stuff. Opponent got mana screwed. They got tilted. They conceded the game. And that's going to do it for round 1. Pretty exciting stuff. Great start to the day, winning the mirror match. Pretty hyped. Whew. Well, 1 win down. Thanks, Rubicant. Okie doke. Okay, we're going to play first here. We have a pretty solid hand. Gonna get an island with this. So it looks like the mirror match or a Bant ramp matchup. Either way, Mystical Dispute should be good. You have to do well. You have to be high mythic to get in. We'll do this if they want to go for a growth spiral in response. That's okay. Don't want a 3rd Shark Typhoon. I'd rather find Uro or something like that, or even just lands. Lands are fine. Now we can counter anything they try to cast. Blue-green won't pressure my life total, so I don't mind shocking more aggressively against them. I might also just make a 1/1 shark. Keep the digging going. Uro is great. And I have 4 cards. Opt is really good with Uro. That's okay with me. The Brazen Bar will give me something to spend my Scorching Dragonfire on. If I had a land up, I could have shocked that in response, but as it is, I'm just going to counter it. Keep them low on mana. Also, it now lets me bring back my Uro. Change of plan. So I have 4, I can X equals 3 them with this. Draw 3 is pretty nice in the matchup. Okay, I'm vastly ahead on mana, vastly ahead on cards at the moment. You don't use the graveyard for anything but Uro, so you can be, it doesn't really matter what you get rid of. This game is looking really good. So let's get a forest here. Thank you so much, Voice of LA, for gifting a sub to our community here. Welcome to the sub club, Gahitsu. Okay, so now we're going to use this. So they're probably going to cast Brazen Borrower. As it is, we're just going to hold up our stuff. Make a big Shark Typhoon. We're 1-0 free corn. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can make a 7/7 Shark. If they want to do something to Uro, we're okay with that. Another Uro's nice. So they can make a Shark of their own. They can flash in Brazen Borrower. Get our last basic so we don't accidentally draw it. I don't want them getting any blocks off. That's a fine trade for me. So now the Shark is lethal. cast our new Uro. We'll keep the original one, of course. And we can draw even another card. I kind of like doing this sometimes. I can just get another card out. I have plenty of mana. If they have a mystical dispute, they can counter, sure. We'll keep the Uro. The new one, the untapped one. And I have 2 counters. I can scry. We will counter. They can't even have Mystical Dispute because I have so much mana. And we got the win in game 1. We're headed to game 2. Okay, so we're going to do the same sideboard plan. Take out all those. Take out 3 of those. Take out the 2 Scorchings, even though it does have some minor upside. And we bring in our Commences, our Chemisters, our last Mystical Dispute, our Borrower, our Negate, and our Nightpack Ambushers. I really like this sideboard plan. Just changes you into a completely different deck, and I've been having a lot of success with it. I played a lot of mirror matches getting ready for this event. And by a lot, I mean like 3 or 4 yesterday when I was preparing for this event. And the sideboard plan was really good. I think most people are on it at this point. I didn't play against many Wilderness Wrecks after the board because it's just so hard to resolve and actually like resolve key spells. In game 1, though, it's quite nice. The Mystical Disputes have been really good. The 3 copies in the main are so good in this matchup. Because usually all it takes is 1 Mystical Dispute to completely break the mirror wide open. You can like protect a Wilderness Wreck or something like that. Usually lists around like 2, but having the 3rd has been really good for me. I have 1 Explosion. It's useful for copying spells more so than casting for big amounts of mana. This is a fantastic hand. Absolutely stacked hand. We have an interaction spell. They mulliganed. We'll start with our tap land. Looks like they have a growth spiral. Do I think they kept in Temur Rec? The Reclamation is the question. We're just going to let it resolve. I would negate it if I had a Mystical Dispute. Or if I didn't have. That was a nice draw. Sure. So now if we draw an untapped land, we can just jam Nightpack Ambusher. Brazen Borrower does punish this a little bit. Yeah, we'll keep that on top. They could have their own Nightpack Ambusher. So now I've got my own little plan rolling. Another Shark Typhoon has got to be good. If they flashed in their own night pack then, I had a night pack of my own to back it up. They're putting a counter on this. They sided in Wilt. Got him. This could be really good. Counter. If they just have a negate or something. Perfect. Stop on their second main phase, sure. And now they're tapped out. Four, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think they're going to struggle to kill all my wolves. Oh, I didn't come up with it. I got it from LSV, but I love the sideboard plans like that. I don't know what they're going to do here. Sure. I can make a lethal shark. They kill their own reclamation. Boom! That was funny. Yeah, opponent was definitely not doing that sideboard plan. Hey, 2-0! Great start to the day. Whew, chat! What a start! What a stellar way to begin the day. We're only half an hour into the stream, already 2-0. Oh, man. Yeah, thanks, Voice of LA, and thanks for all the subs and gifted subs. I really appreciate that. I am most excited for green-white tokens, maybe. I don't know that. I mean, green-white counters. It looks fun. Another round, we're against a Yorion deck. Could be the Yorion Rats list. We're going to keep this against the Yorion in the dark. It could be a Yorion control deck, like a blue-white deck, or it could just be the Yorion discard deck, in which case mulliganing is super bad. And we do have some acceleration. It might be weird to play this land, you think, but I use the land. The deck uses the lands incredibly well. So it's just a... I don't know if that means it's the black-white deck. But... yeah, it looks like it. Burglar Rat probably incoming. Whew. Sure. I think I'd rather make a really big shark. Let's just do some research here. Ben Stark MTG, he was using the list on his Twitter. So I'm assuming people are going to use the list that a bunch of pros were using or something like that. Here we go. Yorion Rats. So what interaction do they have? They have Doom Foretold. Non-land, non-token, permanent. So that's a really big bummer if they have that. Kaya's really good against me, so I think I can just make a 2/2 probably. Because they have ways to deal with my guy. They have glass caskets. Opt is better than the blind draw, I think. Especially because I have unlimited mana pretty much. Castle Vantress, eh? Burrow's good. I suspect they're going to play a card that makes me sack Wilderness Wreck this turn, like Doom Foretold. Or they'll play a Kaya or something. Okay. This is why mulliganing is not good to do against this deck. Okay, they missed a land. Perfect. We have to bring everything in untapped. Luckily they're missing lands, which means they almost definitely have Doom Foretold or something. We've never played that deck. Spimp. Okay, we'll put that second from top. I'm gonna scry in response, I think. Okay, I messed that up. No worries. Okay. 7, 14. Okay, I guess I don't have quite enough mana to also scry. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I'm glad we left some mana up. Sure. They're looking for Glass Casket. Got game one. How do you auto tap lands? You double tap Q. It's a new feature. Okay, let's look at this deck list. So they have Yorion as a blue spell. They have a lot of discard stuff, so I really don't want to have to mulligan. They have Kaya. What are they going to bring in? They're going to bring in Duress, D-Spark. So this seems like a matchup where I want to side out my Reclamation plan, because then I don't have any... Yeah, I'd much rather have Doom Foretold be like a 4-mana and make me discard. Rotting Regisaur could also come in. So I think we're going to want Commence the Endgame. Flame Sweep. Probably don't want Scorching Dragonfire all that much. Wilt can take care of Elspeth Conquers Death. If we cut that, we can bring in Chemisters. Night Pack, probably not the best. They don't have counters, though, is the problem. Which makes this a little bit trickier. They can't stop me from just jamming a turn 4 wreck. Definitely don't want Ether Gust. Uro seems really good. Nightpack Ambusher maybe not so good. I think I want to keep the Wilderness Wreck plan in. And then instead of negate, what could I bring in? They're going to bring in Regisaur. So we could keep in a dispute just so we can counter there, or we could just bring in a Night Pack. Oh no, we already have one Night Pack. How's that look? Would I rather have Mystical Dispute as 3-mana counterspells? Probably not. They might just keep in so much anti-reclamation stuff. Okay, this is going to be a good hand, I think. We have to assume that we're going to have to discard, so mulliganing becomes really bad. But jamming a turn 3 Nightpack Ambusher is probably good. They mulliganed, which is nice. You'll love to see it. So they're going to have Treacherous Blessings. Probably going to bring in Regisaur. We don't need to find a land here. We'll find plenty of lands. I think we'll discard a Growth Spiral. Oh, Charming Prince. That's really good for me. I don't have to discard at the moment. Charming Prince is a good combo with the Orion, is why one of the reasons they play it. They'll probably expect a Nightpack Ambusher. They probably have D-Spark to deal with it. One to top, one to bottom. Okay. Neutralize is going to be good here. Stops Doom Foretold. We'll eat the Charming Prince. Kept in Mortify, interesting. Well, that's one less Mortify they have for Temur for the Reclamation. So this will go to the graveyard. I'll have 3 in the graveyard, so I can do the Uro stuff next turn, maybe. Do I want to play this land tapped? Probably. Okay, so if I opt into a land, then I can bring back Uro this turn. I think so. I think that's how this works. Yes. So I go land. So now they can play another Uro, they can draw some more cards. Kaya, okay.
This will be after that. Well done. Look to see me no more.
Okay, Yorion is in hand. Why would it tap my... Do I want to make it x equals 2 or 3? Probably 2. Probably just want to scry, actually. Chemisters is great. Okay. So we've got some of our value plays here lined up. Finding a Reclamation would be nice. That's not the best for me, but it's not the worst either. I was gonna hard cast Shark Typhoon, and then hard cast the commence the end game. Maybe I shouldn't have played a land. Played a land because I just wanted to hold discard fodder. Surprised they took commence. They just gained life. Interesting.
I heard you had some dead things that needed to stay dead. I'll be back. I'll be back. Just you wait.
Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm just gonna make a 5/5. They're gonna kill it with the Kai anyway. Sure. I'll minus their Kai now. Yep.
Well done. Look to see me no more.
I'm gonna scry because I really want to find Expansion Explosion. Okay. and then I can hit them for 6. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I can hit them for 6 with this expansion explosion. This Uro has been so good for me. So clutch. Okay. I'm okay with that. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Probably gonna take Shark Typhoon. I think we got this. They're gonna gain some life. No, they scryed, okay. Unfortunate. That seems good to me. We're fine trading these off. Oh, they go to 2, okay. Scry 2, okay. Shock Typhoon's probably good enough. I have a lot of scries. Boom! Let's go. Because I was going to get back my Uro. Oh my gosh. Let's go. Oh yes. That was a tricky matchup because it's a new deck that I don't really know how to play against. I'm sure I could have done stuff better, but... Whew. Chat, we're 3-0. Thanks, Horlings. I'm going to go refill my water cup. I'll be right back. This is our deck. It's really sweet. Good game, Shoop. Good game. Wait. I was just facing you, right? I had some pretty good openers, yeah. Whew, I didn't know how to sideboard against that deck at all. Oh my gosh. I think keeping in the Rex was super important, though. I should have maybe kept all my expansion explosions, too. But yeah. Pretty interesting match. Yeah. I don't know how I'm supposed to sideboard against that matchup, Shoop. Do you have any tips? Like, the way I sideboarded was I took out my Mystical Disputes. I took out my Ether Gust, obviously. That's 5 cards. I took out 2 expansion explosions, so that's 7, because I figured you'd like be able to stop my Wilderness Rex. And then I brought in Night Pack, Commence, Chemisters, Flame Sweeps. I think I only brought in 1 night pack or 2 night packs. And I brought in Brazen. What else did I take out? I took out Scorching Dragonfires. So that's 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I took out like 9 cards. And brought in Brazen, Flame Sweeps, Chemisters, 2 Commences, and then the night packs. I'm not sure if that was correct. I think Flame Sweep is a pretty good card in the matchup. I have no idea how you sideboarded though. But yeah, I'm going to go refill my water cup. I'll be right back. Oh, he was not sniping, I know. No, they weren't sniping. They just wanted to say hello. Yeah, I figured you'd bring in Registors, and I was so lucky you didn't draw them. But yeah. You just got really unlucky that you didn't draw any of your discard creatures. And then I had Uro going, like, for very large portions of the game. Because Uro seems really good. Yeah, that game was weird because you didn't draw your discard creatures. And I had, Uro. I was like, did he side out his discard creatures? Okay, welcome to another round. On the draw, we can't keep this. It's too slow. This is much better. I think we get rid of Typhoon. Or maybe we just get rid of Expansion. Or Neutralize. I think we'll get rid of Typhoon. We aren't going to be using it for a while. Thanks, you too, Shoop. Okay, mono green. I think I can't win game 1 in this matchup. It's basically a concession. So fair, and if I draw Scorching Dragonfire this turn, I might be able to kill it, win it. No, this is not working out. Yeah, this is not a great hand for this matchup. Yep. I take 14. Nope, I'm just dead. Yikes. Well, that was their nut draw. Hopefully they don't do that again. Yikers! Ah, that was really bad. Whoo-wee. That was gonna be tricky to beat no matter what I had. Like, I would have needed a Scorching Dragonfire or an Ether Gust. Wowza! Yikes. I think the list runs the Stonecoil Serpent, but they also run Gem Razor to make it not an artifact creature anymore. Close one. That's so true. Close one, lol. Okay. So I like these cards. We can bring in one more. I think we might want to bring in Nightpack Ambusher. No, I like having all the explosions so I can copy my stuff. Yeah, let's do better this game. All we can do is our best. That is a rough matchup, I will say. This is the classic, I'm a limited player, so I don't know how to play standard, and I'll play mono green, and it is a legitimate strategy. We have to mulligan this, it's too slow. This is much better. Much better. I think I would get rid of Opt here. Though I do need to find a red source, but I think I want to go turn 2 Growth Spiral, turn 3 Reclamation Dragonfire, and Opt does not fit in that game plan. They milled to 5. We have like 3 draws to draw a red source. Give me a red source deck. No! I want a red source. No! Oh, the ultimate pain. Oh, we're so set up. Why? Why? Oh, the sadness. Oh, we're screwed. There we go. I think we kill the human token. So this can't attack. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I can scry. Both of these seem great. Now that I know I have those coming, I can afford to be more aggressive with my Scorching. Dang it. That's why I was saving it. I remember now. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can make a 5. I can make a 6, 6. No! Luckily, I can still block it. Oh, we're keeping 2 mana for Ether Gust. What are we gonna find? Ooh, expansion's good. The shark will protect me. So this thing's hard to deal with. So they have no mana, so I can kill this, and then this can't attack. And this thing can't really attack either. There we go. Oh, baby, let's go. Sure. Whew. So if we do this, put this back on top, they will be able to kill that. We know what they're drawing next turn is not relevant. Yeah, that would have been better for them. I think they both have to go on top or both have to go on the bottom. Wait, what? Oh no, they didn't put all on top. Three, 6, 12. Boom! Opponent has scooped it up. I wonder why they conceded there. Are they like screen peeking or something? That would suck. Nope, doesn't look like it. Unless they have a different username, but I trust people. Okay, chat. How do we want to change things? Oh, gosh. Nightpack Ambusher was really good there. Shark Typhoon was really clutch, too. What are my slowest cards? Shark Typhoon, pretty slow. I think Nightpack's probably better. Can at least block some of their small creatures. Commence is too slow at 6 mana. I think expansion, copying, scorching, or Ether Gust is such a good play that I have to keep in all my expansions. I think Nightpack might be the truth here. Moment of truth. Hopefully they have the mulligan, because this is not looking great. Ooh, this is a keeper. They have a 1-drop. Sure. Okay, that's fine for me. If I kill this one... This is a problem. Because if I kill the... I have to kill this Pelt Collector. No, because it gets exiled. Not taking a chance with any combat tricks. No questing beast, please. Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, I know they run combat tricks, so that's why I did that, but now I get punished. So we have to do this. Then we have to on-end step. Find a way to kill this 1/1. Good game, opponent. Oh, that was such a rough game. I would have been fine if I had if I'd waited on that flame. If I'd waited on the board wipe, I would have been fine. But I know that they have Titanic Growth and Giant Growth in their deck, so letting them save a creature would have been too disastrous. So I had to do that. I also would have been able to win that game if I had if I just had less painful lands. Like if I had drawn a Castle Vantress in there somewhere. Or if I'd drawn like a couple Castle Vantresses, or a couple non-basic lands, or like a Fabled Passage or something. Oh, that was so rough. Oh, we were so close. Like, if I wait on the flame sweep, I could have lived that game. But at the same time, I just, like, lose so hard to, like, I know they have a lot of giant growths and stuff. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense for them to have giant growth and stuff like that. Because they have Surferin in their deck still. If they were taking it out, they'd probably take out the Surferin. Yeah, and then Night Pack into Night Pack. I did have those opts try to dig me to an answer. I needed an Ether Gust or a... yeah, that was really a close one. We were inches away from victory there, but can't always get the wins. That game 1 we lost on turn 3. Game 2 was a close one. If I had kept in Shark Typhoon instead of Night Pack Ambusher, I wouldn't have been able to live an extra turn because I could have chump blocked and gone to like 5 or whatever. Oh gosh. So maybe it was a sideboard thing. Huh. Yeah, maybe I'm just supposed to keep my Sharknadoes in for that matchup. Or if we draw an Uro or something, we could have maybe lived longer. Whew. Overall, that was super close. I wonder what our odds are. 4 cards into the deck. We need a Scorching Dragonfire. Okay, so we're against the mirror match again. We have a good hand for the mirror. We have Growth Spiral into Mystical Dispute for if they go for like an Uro or something. They get an island. Huh. Sure, we'll put it on top. Do they really have Mystical Dispute too? Oh my gosh. And now they can resolve their wreck. I couldn't counter the wreck anyway though. Gosh. Losing the die roll here was so bad. Okay, gosh. Having 2 counters is nice, but Mystical Dispute gets a lot better when they have basically infinite mana. Let's counter that. Do they have no lands? Okay, they do have a land. We can play this tapped. We have 2 Mystical Disputes, one of which can just be cast on anything they go for. And we'll probably try to cycle this land to fill our graveyard for Uro. I have to hope that they whiff. Because if they have another one, I'm screwed, but... I really hope they don't have another one. Oh, come on. I really need them to not have another one. Yes! Oh, Shark Typhoon, perfect. No! Oh, never mind. Two, three, four, five, six, seven. They have no cards in hand. This makes it so they bring back Uro. If I'd known I had Ether Gust on top, I would have played that a little differently. Not gonna lie. Uh-oh. So they can do it for X's 4? Okay. They have an Ether Gust. Looks like it. Brazen Bar Array, okay. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can make an 8/8. But this way I have 3 mana up still. And I can draw something good. Or I can make another 1/1 if I need to. And I can make a 1/1 to threaten lethal. I also like having mana up. Just keeps the opponent on their toes. I don't know, this could have been incorrect. I'm not going to make another one. And making them chump with this is quite appealing. Yeah, let's just go to our turn. There's still a forest and an island left in the deck. Do I want to put it on top? This way this is lethal on its own. What do they have? They can kill a shark, but then they die to this one. Maybe I did want to keep Uro on top. Did they really draw a Brazen Borrower number 2? They run 2 main deck? Okay, they just draw 1 card. Boom! Let's go! Whoo! On the draw, they had it all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What a game! Yes! Yes! And what a comeback it was. Thanks, Gahitsu. We lost a super close one to mono green, but other than that, we've been like rolling. I do sometimes, yeah. Okay, we have to mulligan this, unfortunately. This hand is much better. We're gonna ditch a land. Probably the blue-green land. It's more rare, yeah. So they also mulligan, which is nice. We're going to want to hold up our negate here. If they go for a Chemisters, we'll probably counter it. That is totally okay with me. It is the mirror. Okay, we got a card out of their hand, traded one for one, that's pretty solid. Are they gonna make another 2-2? Oh my gosh. Really? That's ambitious. I may have used two of their Sharknadoes, which is a really good card in the matchup, in like a pretty flaky way. So I can make a 4/4 Shark. Actually, I can make a 5/5. They gotta have a Brazen Borrower. This attack makes no sense otherwise. Yep. Burrows can be good. I think I'm dead here. Yeah, I'm dead. Hey, not quite, not quite. They probably have something, but they might not. Hey, I'm not dead. No, they can bring back Uro. They have just enough in their graveyard. Oh, maybe that was a reason to block the shark instead. I would go to a lower life total and the shark isn't. I think there's no way I can justify blocking the shark. If I draw... Hopefully play around counter spells this way. I'd rather keep my Uro around so I can get a card out of it. Oh, they kept a wreck in. Now that's interesting. I'm looking for a Sharknado to make a chump blocker. Yep, I'm dead. Okay, so they kept in some wreck. So do I want Wilt? Probably not. I think I still have to just go with my guns. Stick with the guns here. Now that I'm on the play, the matchup should be so much easier. Oh, gosh. At least the matches have been really close. Like, that game was on a knife's edge, I feel like. They just kind of had it all. Like, not literally at all, but like, they had a couple Sharknadoes, which is a really good card in the matchup. They had a couple Night Packs. They were able to attack with their Sharknadoes because they weren't afraid of me having Borrower. I will have to play the game a little bit differently now that I've seen Wreck in post-board games. Finally! Oh my gosh, this hand is so good. Unreal. I'm gonna just do that now, so they can't counter it or anything. Oh my gosh, yes. I do have one island left. I'm not gonna like try to pretend I don't have it by playing it untapped. By playing it tapped. I just want to stop them if they go for an Uro. Gonna just draw cards, make sure we keep hitting land drops. Preserve our mana advantage. They could resolve a wreck here. And now I can bring back Uro next turn and have negate. I think this is a turn to get a forest. Do they have wreck? Night pack? Sure. Tapping out on main phase is definitely a good trick. I'll use my Ether Gust later. I'll hold up the negate to protect my guy for now. I changed my mind. I want to just use this now. I should have done this on their end step. Hello, Spike Guy. They put it on the bottom, okay. We'll just hold up all our mana and do stuff on their end step here. See what they have. I'm surprised they didn't bring back Uro. Really surprised. If they want to flash in a Night Pack to trade with mine, I'm okay with that. I'm so surprised. Did I indiscriminately exile my Chemist's Insight with my Uro? That was a good draw. Please don't have another counter, buddy. Oh, man. Uro has entered the chat. I have an Uro, don't worry. Thanks, Soren. This is a really close game. We don't want them to have Uro, because that would be bad. This is so tricky. Please whiff. Oh, they had a second one? No, they just used that one. Ooh, yeah, we got rid of it. Now we just hope that they don't have Brazen Borrower or Ether Gust. We can draw 5, deal 5 to them. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They can bring back their Uro now. If they have an interaction spell for my Uro, then it just makes it more likely that I can... Let's see if we can scry. We don't need a land. We already have a Castle Vantress. This is always a beautiful draw. This is gonna hit him. Hit him where it hurts. So we have resolved our Shark Typhoon. That's going to be tricky for them to beat. And Uro's coming back next turn. So I can only put one counter on this, so I'll just wait. So now I can bring back Uro. Scry first. So we have both islands out, a mountain out, we scryed 3 bad cards at the bottom. Mountain, island, island, forest. So we only have 1 forest left in the deck. It's not in there. So we can go get something with this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go get our last basic. So we'll still have 5 cards in hand. So we have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, we want to shock this land in. So we can play Commence. And then Night Pack. less than 9 minutes. Okay, so they're all out of gas. They're gonna draw 2 cards. They don't get a massive strike. I still get my 6/6. Do I have Brazen Borrower still? I do. Oh, that's a bummer. So they can block the shark, but then they can't block a row. I should have put these in the opposite order. Guess I should have attacked with this too. One, two, three, four, five. We're 3-1 still. This has been a crazy match. Put one to the top. Okay, that's a bummer. Yep. Now both sides are doing it. One, two, three. They don't have anything in their hand right now. How many Shark Typhoons do I have left? I have none in the none there, none there. So I have 3 Shark Typhoons left. Oh, baby. So they can block. They can't block everything. Okay, they're gonna have to bring back Uro next turn, so we'll kill the big shark in the air. They're scrying, I'm sure. It will reduce their ability to cast spells. Nope, they're just cold drawing. I'll probably scry. I have 14 cards, they have 24. Oh no. I need to draw Brazen Borrower. Yikes. Well, that's a good one. Mystical Dispute is kind of useless. There we go, Brazen Borrower. Just what we were looking for. Boom! It resolved. Let's go. I think we'd rather play Brazen Borrower and cycle. Oh my gosh, we have so many sharks! Shark attack! We can sacrifice this as well. Get rid of Uro. Negate is huge. So we have negate for if they try something too crazy. Like if they draw another Shark Typhoon. But I think they've already used most of theirs, right? Yeah, they have one Shark Typhoon left. So we can counter it if they draw it. And if they don't, we can flash in Brazen. I was really hoping they'd do that. Now I think I have them. Because I have 8 and they have 5. I have 9. 9 2/2s and they have 5 2/2s. Yes, another Shark Typhoon. Okay. So I have 10, they have 5. Oh my gosh, we got there! That was one heck of a game! Oh my gosh! Look at how many sharks are in play! Holy heck! We got there! Triple Shark Typhoon beats Double Shark Typhoon every time! Oh my gosh! Oh, that was insane! What a win! That was such a sick match! Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm 4-1 in this tournament. I just won this in
You have a second day or
no, it's just today. If I get 10 wins, I get 10 wins before two
losses do you get before?
two. So I've already lost one, but I'm 4-1. I just won an insane game.
Okay, when's your next game?
I can just join whenever. So I'm gonna.
Take a break. I'm gonna go down to San Rafael right now. I may buy that electric bike.
Oh, you're gonna go to San Rafael? Are you gonna go see Uncle Fran?
Bro. Yeah.
Oh man, unfortunate. I kind of need to finish this,
Yeah.
or I would go. You should invite him back for dinner.
Leave this open or?
You can close it. Yeah, I don't want to distract Aiden.
Jeez.
See you later, Dad.
He's got a tennis down in Napa today at 1 o'clock.
With Quinn.
No, some other guy you met down there at the course.
Nice.
All right.
Perfect. Okay, I'll see you later, Dad. Love you. I'll talk to you later. Hey, thank you so much for the cheer, Marzipanify. Whew, that was a heck of a game. That game was so long that I had almost finished my water during that game. So I'm gonna have to go refill my water, and then we'll dive into another one. Okay, chat. If you'd enjoyed that game and you want to find more of my content, or you missed part of that game and you want to catch it later, you can find it on my YouTube channel here. Will Final Nub be our final foe? Hopefully not. Hopefully we can get the win. We win the die roll. That's a good sign. We're going to mulligan this. Not quite good enough. This hand is much better. In the dark, I almost always assume we're in the mirror match. I'm going to get rid of the forest here. Ether Gust is one of those cards that may be good and may be bad. But we're just going to assume it's going to have something to do. I'll keep that on top. Perfect, it is the mirror match. Okay, now I just want lands. Okay, I don't want another Ether Gust. I did get rid of a land, but I'm probably gonna just start making. I'm just gonna make a 1/1 shark. We'll gust it. Not keeping the land is looking like it's not going to work out. But like half the deck is land, so if I draw a land, I'll be fine. They keep it on top, eh? Okay. Sure. I'm so glad you're hyped for the stream, Mark Knight Rises. Why would it tap me like that? Try to shut him down a little bit. They had a negate. I was hoping they had like a mystical dispute or something. Unfortunate. Now they have a wreck. Yeah. But they don't have anything to pair with it yet. I'm surprised they didn't put counters on this. So we're going to make a 4/4 shark now. They don't have as much mana, so they can't just completely decimate us with an expansion explosion. They can do it for X equals 3. Brazen Borrower? Yep. That's okay. So I can go X equals 4. Let's just hope this works out. We're dead to a lot of things here. But I figured they might have gone for it already. Like, I think we're probably dead, but now we're drawing 4 cards. We'll be in decent shape if we don't die this turn. I think they have some counter spells. I think they would have gone for Wilderness Wreck, Expansion Explosion if they had it. But sometimes you gotta risk it to get the biscuit, and it looks like we're dead. 7, yeah, we're just dead. If they have Expansion Explosion. Yep, we're dead. It was a noble effort. We could have done it for X equals 2 and then been able to draw our negate, but you gotta just commit sometimes, and they only had like 2 cards in hand at the time. Same sideboarding as usual. Whew. Well, unfortunate to lose that one. Ugh. The way things lined up there were not perfect for us. We went too quickly on our Temur Rec, so that if they had negate, we were screwed. And they had the negate. I think I just misplayed that game. Usually the person that goes for it first gets more punished. We were on a mulligan though, so we had less lands and stuff to work with. Just the way it works sometimes. We're gonna keep this. We've always got decent odds of drawing land. And if we can draw a couple, we'll get our insight. We can also cycle the neutralize, which will help. Sure. So it looks like they have Mystical Dispute, which makes sense. Because that's a heck of a card. Whew. I think we'll probably cycle Shark Typhoon on there instead. This is unfortunate. So they have just 2 more lands in play than me. Gonna get a forest. And I really do want to draw cards. So I'm just gonna make a shark to try and dig for lands. Beautiful. They can make a big shark here too. Sure, that'll resolve. Wow. It mistap. I didn't untap my land there. Oh, are you kidding me? The misclick. Oh well. Even if they have to Mystical Dispute this, I'm okay. Because they don't get another card. I really want to draw land here. See what they do here. Neat. Brazen. X equals 3, okay. They have so many lands in play. I can't believe they kept this in and I just get so hosed here. Oh no. Ugh. This has been a rough game. Jeez. What a shame. Their different sideboard tech got me this time around. I feel like normally I'd be fine. My draw just really didn't line up. They had like 4 growth spirals or something. 2 growth spirals. Feels like 4. Ugh. Yeah. Like they have 5, 6, 7, 8 lands, and I have 6. And I was on the play. Which really just made a big difference. I wish I could use Blast Zone to kill Wilderness Wreck and the Night Pack this turn. I think I could have won this match if I played game 1 safer. Sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles. Dang. There's the lands I needed. Too little, too late. I wonder what they sideboard out if they keep in Rex. Just gonna do this now. Oh, this is gonna be a real tricky one to win. Spectral Sailor is a house. It's a really intelligent sideboard card for the mirror because you have no way to kill it. And so if you're not doing anything super good, like you don't have Shark Typhoon going or things like that, you'll be in trouble. It does get a little bit worse if you're super far behind, though. Oh my gosh, they didn't side out any of... They just have all of their Rex still? What the heck? What did they side out? I'm so confused. They clearly brought in Nightpack Ambusher, they brought in Spectral Sailor. Maybe they brought in Ether Gust, or maybe they already had it. Did they just not change anything? Okay, that's a bummer. Yeah, because their game plan is more powerful when they get to this stage, when we both have a billion lands, I guess. But I'm supposed to have like some more interaction and negates and stuff. What did they side out? Maybe they didn't side anything, they just didn't have very many counters. But they countered a bunch of my stuff. They had Mystical Disputes and stuff. Interesting. Huh. Let's look at my deck list at least and see what they could have sided out to make room. They could have taken out all their Uros. They probably just avoided Scorching Dragonfire entirely. So they can take out like those 5 cards and just leave in all your main ones and then bring in Nightpack Ambushers and however many Mystical Disputes. They probably didn't have Commence. I must have had more negates than them. But they had negate in the main deck. Oh man, I needed to win game 1 in that matchup because game 2 the draw did not line up well for me. And the only way I was going to win game 1 is if I didn't jam my Wilderness Wreck with Mystical Dispute backup and they had a negate. Oh, that was tricky. Hello, MTG Nerd Girl. Hello. That was a rough loss, but you know, it happens. Such is the way of the world. 4-2, nothing to scoff at. Oh, thank you so much, MTG Nerd Girl. I appreciate the support. I really appreciate that. Okay, we went 4-2. Pretty good run here, though. and I'm going to be posting it. If you did make it all the way to the end of the video and you were watching this on YouTube, in the comment section down below, leave hashtag #ClutchShark, because we had that epic match with all of the sharks running around. So that's going to let me know you made it all the way to the end. Remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment in the comment section down below. And I will talk to you folks next time.